Mexico has a great diversity of sports, even in how they teach children physical education. Among the five most outstanding sports are 1. The soccer, most practiced sport in the country, has feminine and masculine selection that represents team and the concept of high level. 2. Boxing. Mexico is the cradle of many boxers who have shown all over the world. He is the second world power in boxing, and through his story has had 116 world champions. 3. Baseball. 3. Baseball. 4. Basketball. And 5. Wrestling. Mexico City, capital of Mexico, a metropolis famous for its vibrant urban life, congregating museums of worldwide relevance, emblematic historic sites, massive festivals, glamorous avenues, shops, restaurants, and of course has got lively night of Latin America. Among its main attractions stands out a fascinating historical center declared World Heritage by UNESCO, with impressive sites of the Aztec culture. Cancun, island recognized for its white sand beaches and turquoise waters. Here you can get to know the marine life is its natural habitat. Practice extreme sports, go out partying, and know the archaeological remains that the Mayas left for posterity. 3. Acapulco. It has soft waves and golden sands with various luxury hotels, nightclubs and sophisticated restaurants have been located. 4. Ribera Maya is a touristic strip located along the Caribbean Sea, home to sites of extraordinary scenic beauty, among which are archaeological remains of Mayan civilization, paradisiacal beach of turquoise waters, national parks, and coral reef. 5. Guadalajara it is the second most populated site of Mexico, land of tequila and mariachis. Focus on artistic expression and the vibrant nightlife. Walking along its streets is its main attractions, among pictures, walls with sculptures. Yeah. So let's talk about people physical and characteristic traits. The genetic mix between indigenous European and African that occurred in Mexico from the existing century formed a mestizo population with varied physical characteristics. Concurrently, the population is divided in three groups, mixed with 18% indigenous with 10% and 10% of the remaining population having trace of European origin. Most Mexicans, most Mexicans are dark-haired, not very tall. In fact, they are of average height, low, have dark, black or brown hair, whose like their their eyes.
Holidays in Mexican culture have extreme symbolism and importance. Their holidays are rooted in religion and past events that resemble the Mexican culture. Also, it preserves the meaning of their holidays throughout celebrations and traditions. For example, Day of the Dead. That's one of the most important holidays in Mexico. The Day of the Dead is a celebration that represents the unity between life and death. It emphasized death as a part of the cycle of life and was born from the mourning of the Catholic feast of All Souls Day, that it was a day to remember the day with prayer and with Indian rituals of death. Virgen de Guadalupe. In 1531, a lady from heaven appeared to a poor Indian at Tepeyac, a hill northeast of Mexico City. She identified herself as a mother of the true God, instructed him to have the bishop build a temple of the site and left an image of herself imprinted miraculously on his tomb. Her message of love and compassion, and her universal promise of help and protection to all mankind have been a very, very important part of all Mexicans' lives. The arrival of Jesus. For Mexican people, it's really important to celebrate this success. Nochebuena is the culmination of the holiday festivities with the celebration of a midnight mass. Afterwards, families head home from a traditional Christmas supper which may feature regional dishes. Also, of the celebration, there is the Three Kinds Day, a very important date in which children all over Mexico anxiously await waking up at January 6th to find toys and gifts under the tree. That's really important. The Mexican peso is the currency of Mexico. Modern peso and dollar currency have a common origin in the 15th and 19th century Spanish dollar. The Mexican peso is the eighth most traded currency in the whole world. The third most traded currency originating from the Americas, of course, after the United States dollar and after Canadian dollar. And Mexican peso is the most traded currency originating from Latin America. Some establishments in border areas of the United States accept pesos as currency, such as certain border Walmart stores, certain border gas stations such as Circle K, and the La Bodega supermarkets in San Isidro on the Tijuana border. Other than in USA that accept the currency of Mexico is Guatemalan and Belizean border towns. Pesos are generally not accepted as currency outside of Mexico. To give you an example of this currency, is that 1 Mexican peso is 150 Colombian pesos. Now, let's talk about transportation. Um, as a last most the populous country in America, Mexico has developed an extensive transportation network to meet the needs of the economy. As with communication, transportation in Mexico is regulated by the Secretariat of Communication and Transportation, a federal executive cabinet branch. The roadway network in Mexico is extensive and all areas in the country are covered by it. The roadway network in Mexico has an extent of many kilometers, making it the largest paved roadway network in Latin America. There is a Mexico City Metro and a Monterrey Metro, as well as light rail system operating in Mexico City and Guadalajara. Tamales were first developed from the Aztecs. Pockets of corn dough are stuffed with either a sweet or savory filling, wrapped in banana, leaves or corn husk and steamed. Fillings vary from meats and cheese to fruits, vegetables, chilies, and mold. Of course, remember to discard the wrapping before eating. Elote. You'll find someone selling elote, the Mexican name for corn on the cob, on nearly every city street corner in Mexico. The corn is traditionally boiled and served either on a stick to be eaten like an ice cream, or in cups, the kernels having been cut off the cob. Salt, chili powder, lime, butter, cheese, mayonnaise, and sour cream are then added in abundance. Are 1834 airports in Mexico is the third largest number of airports by country in the world. Also, Mexico has 76 seaports and 10 river ports. Food in Mexico. Chilaquiles. This popular traditional breakfast dish features lightly fried corn tortillas cut into quarters and topped with green or red salsa. Tacos al pastor. This historic dish is one of the most popular varieties of tacos, with origins dating back to the 1920s and 30s, and the arrival of Lebanese and Syrian immigrants to Mexico. To create tacos al pastor, thin strips of pork are sliced of spit, placed on a corn tortilla and served with onions. It's delicious.
Dios mío, ya casi acabo.
Guacamole. Guacamole is undoubtedly one of Mexico's most popular dishes, but few know that this traditional sauce dates back to the time of the Aztecs. Made from mashed up avocados, onions, tomatoes, lemon juice, and chili peppers. Guacamole is often eaten with tortilla, chips, or used as a side dish. Enchiladas. Enchiladas date back to Mayan times when people in the Valley of Mexico would eat corn tortillas wrapped around a small fish. The stuffed tortillas are then covered in a chili sauce, making for a perfect Mexican breakfast with meat, cheese, seafood, beans, vegetables, of all the above. Tamales. Tamales were first developed from the Aztecs, Mayan, and Inca tribes who needed nourishing food on the go to take into battle.